Yeah, well, right now there's a severe threat actually already starting right over here into the middle part of the plains. Here we are into, well, Kansas right now. They're already starting to see their line of storms start to form, and all they're pretty much seeing right now are some gusty winds and some hail, and that's going to continue to be what we see as well. So as we look at our threat tracker tonight, we are just staying warm with our temperatures. It's been a rather warm and dry day today. We are going to notice those winds start to pick up ahead of our system that we are tracking for our Wednesday, primarily into the afternoon hours and then lingering into our Thursday. That's where we are tracking strong to severe storms. So let's take a look at this. The Storm Prediction Center out of Oklahoma there, they've given us a slight risk, so a level 2, 3, and our counties down to the south, just skimming barely the southern tip, level 4. So what does this mean? For every 25 miles that this encompasses, every new color gradient, it means that there's a chance. So there is, in the yellow, there's a slight chance of seeing some severe storms, and that's ranging between those damaging winds, and we are looking at the potential to see even a brief tornado out of this. So here's the line that's going to be moving into our Wednesday afternoon. You can see the different color gradients here. So if you are into the red here, into the enhanced risk, that's where you should definitely keep an eye open. But anywhere along this line coming through, that's where you can expect some damaging winds and of course heavy rain. So the timing of that, Missouri, we're looking at you, noon to at least 2 o'clock. So anywhere in this orange color here, just be weather aware. And then as that line makes its way through, the same scenario continuing. And in fact, I think the line is going to be packing more of a punch as it gets into the central part of the state, stretching all the way down. If you are along I-57 going anywhere down to the south. And this also, the same threat goes all the way down to the south. It's an up and down system. So all of our viewing area by then, 2 to 4 p.m. And then if you are near the Ohio or Wabash River area going over to Murray, that's where we're looking at you, that 4 to 6 o'clock hour. But we're also under a wind advisory. I mentioned those winds are going to be rather strong. We're looking at a time frame of starting at 7 in the morning and lasting until 7 in the evening. Now, I think we still have a chance at seeing some rather strong winds as we go into the evening hours beyond that 7 o'clock time frame. In fact, let's take a look at those winds starting at Wednesday at 7, right when that advisory is posted for. We're already looking at winds gusting at times over 30 miles per hour. Another loop shows at 9 o'clock. We're already seeing for Missouri ahead of the system, we're looking at wind speeds over 40 miles per hour, and even at times down to the South Portageville, just over 45 miles per hour. Now, as that system starts to crank up and go to the east and that line starts to form, you can see where that cold front comes through. We're still seeing wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, even 50. Now, here we are. Look at this, Paducah, just to the east of you, almost 60 mile per hour wind gusts there. So this is going to be more of a damaging wind setup that we're looking at. And even into the 9 o'clock hour, I mentioned we are still looking at some rather gusty winds into the overnight hours, and that will linger into our Thursday as well. Now, looking at our rainfall, because that's the other thing that we're looking at, over an inch possible, even 2 inches cannot be ruled out looking here. So if we look through our threats, tornado tornado threat staying low, hail threat staying low as well. Most people are seeing 5% risk out of that. The wind is what we're really focusing on, but you know, we've been primarily dry, so I'm not too concerned about the flooding risk, but I mentioned that tornado risk is low. So again, don't let these colors scare you, right? We're primarily tracking a wind threat. You can stay up to date with this storm and track it with us at the Storm Track 3 app. You can download it on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Now, looking after that system, we do cool down. Temperatures go back down into the lower 30s, and temperatures play mildly out. So it feels more spring-like, but we need to be weather aware going into the evening hours, be prepared for some early morning storms because that can still happen ahead of this front. And then of course into the afternoon because that's what we're really focusing on.
Okay, good to know there. All right, thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily.